I can't tell you how excited I am about your system. I can't tell you how much it's meant for me. I made $23,000 in about a month's time with your system. I do not have one single position that I've lost money on. I am just stunned. I am a moon lover.
It is now time for The Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Now, Steve Rhodes.
All you wonderful money masters. Hi, folks. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, coming to you live from the TFNN Television and Radio Network. And welcome to all you folks out on the West Coast at 6:07 a.m. If you're just getting up and you're just stretching with us, do a little stretch. I know I can't stretch enough. And for all you folks listening to the archive show up in the Massachusetts area, New Hampshire area, thanks so much for joining us. And all of you other folks live and around the world, thanks so much for joining us. I love doing the show. I've missed you. Had a couple of days off here with Saturday and Sunday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, an outstanding weekend. I know I did. And look forward to getting back here this morning. I mean, the markets, you talk about having a theme park here, folks. We've got the roller coaster. It's continuing. And, folks, you can watch this show live. So if you're sitting near a computer, what you can do is you can go over to the homepage of TFNN. On the third tab, you will see TigerTV, and you can watch this show live. And the best thing about watching this show live is you can take a look at the screens, because I absolutely am here to teach you something this morning. And you can always call in 877-927-6648. Absolutely love to hear from folks. Had some really great phone calls and some emails, some calls on Friday, some emails over the weekend. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of the support, all of the positive energy. You guys are the ones that actually, guys, gals, folks, you are the one that really put the juice in what it is that we do around here. So we'd love to hear from you. My email, steve@tfnn.com. Feel free to always drop me an email. And when I say roller coaster, folks, I mean, gold. We'll get back to it in the, as we go on to the show. But gold traded as low as $15.35. Now, you want to understand that where it closed on Friday was at $16.59. So, we've had a, more than $130 swing in overnight trading. Big time, got down to that $15.35 level. We'll see how this candle here closes. You had some good volume in there as well. And but we'll come back to that. The thing is that, and we're just beginning our Monday, and so we talk about, a vision for success, and the way I'd like you to think about it is, what's your vision for unstoppable success? Now, I hope that it's tuning in here, listening to this show. We got a great lineup today. Mondays, what a great way to kick off your day, because we've got myself, just kind of I'm the warm-up band for the show that follows next with Tom and myself, with the Money Masters. Then we've got Basil Chapman, who will take us on the wave. The market has been waving to us, absolutely. And then after Basil, we've got Larry Pesavento. Then David White will come on from 3 to 4, and then Tom will take it home from there. So absolutely great lineup. All of us that are really here to help you with your vision of unstoppable success. So whether it's in the markets, some of the information that I share with you, the thought process that I share with you, it doesn't just have to be used in the markets. It can be used everywhere. Last week we talked about the importance of being outstanding. We talked about the importance of truly understanding what that means, because, what I hear most often, I'll talk to folks, and some people will be going wrong in their life. And what they'll say to me is, they'll say, I'm a good this, I'm a good employee, I'm a good father, I'm a good parent, I'm a good stock trader, I'm good. Folks, if you're good at something, what kind of results do you think the universe is going to give somebody that's good? It's not good. The universe, in this day and age, if you're good at something, guess what you get? You get poor results. You absolutely get poor results. Now, that is not a formula for unstoppable success. It's not the formula that you use. It's not the formula that we use here at TFNN. So being good, is not where you want to be. Now, excellent, that's not a bad thing to strive for. But here's the thing. If you're excellent, if you're an excellent trader, if you're an excellent parent, if you're an excellent partner, if you're an excellent employee, whatever you're excellent at, guess what kind of results you get? That's right. You get good results. Good results. That's all that you get. Now, some people, most people, don't mind good results. Most people are like, they're okay with good results. In fact, most people, not most people, but many people are afraid for that next level. You're afraid because of the responsibility that comes with it. You're afraid because of maybe the way that people are attacked, because that next level, folks. What's that next level? That next level absolutely is the one that I want you to live at. That's the one for unstoppable success. That's the level of being outstanding. That's what I practice each and every day. When I put out a newsletter, or when I put together a webcast, or when I go golfing, or when I spend time with my family, or when I spend time with friends, or I spend time with Tom, or I spend time in my business, we spend time in Tiger Metal Exchange, all the things that I do, folks, my one focus, and I want you to have this focus if you're just starting your day. How is it that you can get to the outstanding level? If you're in the game of money management, or whatever game it is you're playing right now, you absolutely need to strive for outstanding, because you will stand out. When you stand out, folks, guess what kind of results you get? That's right. You get miraculous results. You get results you get so much more results by just breaking through that one next level. It almost seems as if it's unfair because of the way that the universe rewards those folks who will go out and be outstanding. So not only do I want you to have an outstanding day, if I ever tell you that, folks, I do, but that's because I want you to stand out, and that's the level that I want you to get at. And in this marketplace here, in the tools that we have here at TFNN, folks, absolutely, we're here to help you become outstanding. We talked about, I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the charts here. Let's just take a quick peek around the world. And we teach you a number of different things here, a number of tools. And so, if what I've got up on the screen right now is the Shanghai weekly chart. And when you take a look at this, there's patterns that we trade. And these folks, these are outstanding patterns. These patterns stand out. These patterns are so outstanding that they give you lopsided rewards if you're patient enough and you're willing to trade these patterns. If you understand the money game, if you understand the money management piece of the game, and you understand that you don't have to be in the market all the time, unless there's a good trade, okay, unless there's a pattern that you need to trade, and you can be patient, the rewards you get, folks, guess what? They're not good rewards. They're not poor rewards. They are amazing. It's an amazing abundance of rewards that life will provide to you. Now, if you take a look at this chart here, the Shanghai weekly chart, it shows substantial weakness. So if we take a look at right now, it's at close at 23.92, and where that's trading back into is the July of 2010 area. What this really has set up for it, this really has a Gartley pattern set up. Now, a Gartley pattern, folks, what we take a look at the charts here, we take a look at swing points. And swing points are nothing more than where you see a reversal or a trend change in the market. If you take a look at the Shanghai weekly, folks, where that is that's the August 7th of 09 time frame. The Shanghai made it up to 34.78. Now, the Shanghai moved down, and it moved down to the area, and there's swing points within swing points. But this year, we take a look at where it really made its next big change was in the July 2010 time frame. It's the same thing across the world. Why? Because there was more money put into the world, if you will, more dollars. That was the QE2. And when you put more money, if you had a Monopoly game and you had 2 Monopoly games and you put more money into it, folks, when you put more money into it, when you've got more money in the supply, what happens is prices go up. People call that inflation. You call it all different types of things, I suppose, but money goes up. And so everything goes back to that July, August 2010 time frame. So that was our B point, if you will. That was our A to B, if you will, in the Shanghai weekly. The Shanghai weekly moves all the way up until the November 2010 time frame, and then it starts moving down. I think that where the Shanghai Weekly will finally end up, it'll end up in that 2078 area. When you get there, that's a 0.786 retracement, folks. And when we talk about retracements, we really want you to understand sacred geometry, because sacred geometry, it's not good, it's not excellent math, it's outstanding math. When you understand sacred geometry, you'll be able to take your trading to an outstanding level. This stands out at us, folks. All you need to do is remember basically 5 different figures. There's 3 for contraction. They're the 0.382, the 0.618, our floor here at TFNN, and the 0.786, folks. If we go back to the swing point, what I'll call my X marks the spot, if you will, we're looking at October of 2008, when the Shanghai Weekly made a low of about 1664, right in that range, 1664. And if you take a look at the retracement from that X marks the spot, if you will, all the way up to the high that we made, that's our A in our AB equals CD down pattern here. 0.786 retracement brings you back into that 2078. Now, is it exactly 2078? Absolutely not. Why? Because, folks, we are just looking to be in the range. We are not looking for perfection here. If you really want to understand the money management game, you'll understand that your entry point, the exact entry point, you're not trying to hit the exact number. You're looking for a range to get in. You're looking to understand what your daily volatility or your weekly volatility is, depending on the time frame that you're trading, or your intraday volatility, folks. And because you can make a ton of money when you understand, when you put all this stuff together, because never in our lifetime have we had such an opportunity. And so we talk about folks that are unemployed out there, or you're struggling because of what it is that you hear in the media. Folks, this is how you can make money. You can make money consistently over a period of time. And so if we were to take a look, what's the exact 786 retracement, if that's what you're asking me, well, it's 2052. 2078 is my target, if you will. And the reason why it's that target is because, you know, there's this other number here. Remember I said there's 5 numbers I want you to remember. Well, the other 2 numbers are expansions of swing points, if you will. And those numbers are 1.272 and 1.618. Well, you already know the 618, so that's pretty easy. Just 5 numbers, 5 sacred geometry numbers that I want you to memorize. I want you to understand them in your charting techniques, and I want you to understand them when we show these to you on the screen, just how important those areas are. So to me, it looks like the Shanghai Weekly is going into that 2052, 2078. That would be a Gartley buy. That's where you'd want to take a look at an ETF, if you will, on a longer-term basis, and play the Shanghai going long here. Anyways, folks, 877-927-6648. I am so glad to be here with you. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then Everbank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, Everbank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Are you looking
for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks for joining me. 877-927-6648. And got the Dow futures up 70, the NASDAQ futures up 6, the ES minis up 9, and the DAX is up 118. In fact, I've got the DAX up on my screen here for you. And, you know, we've talked about the DAX and the importance of understanding what it is that's going on around the world. Now, we know that, and I took it out, we had a 3-drive to a pattern, 3-drive to a bottom pattern in the DAX set form, and it really facts, if you're watching this on TigerTV, right here, the bottom of that, the first drive was August 11th, the second drive was August 19th, the third drive was in the September 6th time frame. And that failed. When you fail, you know, and we can take a look at, in fact, we'll take a look at some 3-drive patterns. We'll take a look at the 3-drive pattern in gold, and when they fail, the importance of understanding that failure, because it means lower prices coming. Now, one of the things that we take a look at candles, we take a look at patterns here. One of the candles that I love to trade is the hammer candle. And if you take a look at the DAX made a hammer candle on Friday, folks. And the hammer candle, you'll see this here, this candle formation. What you'll see is this really long wick here. The wick is substantially longer than the body, 3-4 times longer than the body. The body usually is a very small, and when I'm talking about the body, folks, in this case here, and I've got my cursor over it, it's the red area, it's red or green, if you will, and it doesn't matter what the color is when you take a look at my chart, just simply that it almost looks like a push-up, like it's the end of the push-up, if you will. You know, if you were a kid, you used to have push-ups from the Good Humor guy or what have you. And so this hammer candle shows that, you know, there was a lot of fighting going on during the day, and at the end of the day, it was the bulls that were able to push the market up. Well, that bottom of that hammer candle, when you see it close below that, and you know we've talked about this in the NYSE, we'll go take a look at that chart as well. And so when we take a look at the DAX here, folks, a close below the low of Friday, that low was 49.73.92, will be an additional confirmation for you that lower prices are coming. And I spent a lot of time over the weekend for my subscribers taking a look at the hammer candles and some trade setups that we have there. And that went, you know what, maybe we'll pull up a couple of those during the show as well. But 877-927-6648. Let's first go take a look at the futures contracts before the market opens here. And we take a look at the futures contract. I'm first going to go ahead and pull up the ES Mini. We took a look at this on Friday, and what we saw on Friday was we set up a nice Gartley buy pattern. And that Gartley buy pattern completed in the 1102 area. Now, on a Gartley pattern, one of the things that I've seen in trading all these Gartleys is that what you will get out of this, first you'll at least get a dead cat bounce of 0.382 retracement. And when I take a look at the retracement, folks, I'm taking a look at the A point. Oh, in this case here, you know, we had the ES Mini moved up from the lows of August 9th and moved up all the way to the August 31st time frame. So that was, if you will, that was a new trend that had developed. And a Gartley buy pattern would be an ABC that would complete moving down into the bottom of the August 9th area. And that's exactly what the ES Mini did here. Now, the completion point on that, where you had A to B equals C to D, was around 1102. You also had that expansion of swing points, our B to D area. You can see on my screen here, it's at 1.272, just like we were taking a look at the longer-term trade on the Shanghai, if you will. So now what you'll see here, and you'll see the green lines, I've got the 0.382, the 618, the 0.786, and what you'll see, folks, you will see that what the ES Mini has done today is it got right up to that 0.382 area. The 0.382 area of that move, the A to the D point, is 1150.80, where it actually got up to, and this is why you want to understand the sacred geometry, folks, because if you are looking to manifest into your life money, if money is important to you, if you want to play the money game, you want to understand this, because where did the ES Mini get up to? 1150.75. 1150.75. 1150.80 was the price projection. How would you like that? How would you like to know that that's typically the first that you'll almost all the time, not all the time, almost all the time, you'll at least get that dead cat bounce. You'll at least get up to that 0.382. If you were trading the futures contracts, wouldn't you like to know that as you got up into that area? Isn't that a place where you would go ahead and start potentially taking some contracts off the table or adjusting your stop? Now, when you get up there, what happens, just like running a race, you want to take a little bit of a breather. So what I also notice is that you'll also see the market start to pull back. That's exactly what the market is doing right now. It's pulling back from that area, but I think there's enough strength here where we're going to see a larger up move. We got a lot of activity, folks, and so when we get back, what we'll do, folks, is we'll go take a look at our markets as they open. Again, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the frontofTFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. And the markets are off to the races, only somebody forgot to pull the trigger. The Dow is flat, up 2 points. The S&P's up 8, the composite up 8. Small caps are up 5.85, probably leading the charge as a percentage basis is concerned. Now, when we were talking about in the last two segments, we were showing hammer candles, just patterns or what have you. And the last segment, we were taking a look at the ES Mini, and we're talking about how, it moved its way up to the 0.382 area on the daily chart. Now, what I did was I just simply dropped down, drilled down into the 30-minute chart. I like the 30-minute chart, and it's something that, we take a look at 10-minute charts, 30-minute charts, 120-minute charts, daily charts, weekly charts. Now you can use whatever time frame makes sense for your trade in it. And in the mini contract, I like to take a look at what's going on in the 30-minute. Now, when we take a look at the 30-minute, folks, here, we take a look at the low that was made on September 23rd. We started out at 1102. The market moved up to the 1144.50 area. That became our B point, if you will, in an ABC up pattern. And we did that at looks like about 7 o'clock at night on September the 25th. And then the market pulls back like it's supposed to. And when the market is breathing, the market's supposed to pull back to one of those three contraction areas, one of those, either the 382, the 618, or the 786. normal area for it to pull back to. As you see the market pulling back there, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see these, what I'll call a long-range bar. If you were looking at this chart here, the only long-range bar that we have on the 30-minute is this green one, this up bar, if you will. This and that took place at 18:30, so that would be 6:30 in the evening on September 25th. As you're pulling back, so if you're short the market, you want to see long-range bars. If you are long the market, you want to see long-range bars. And so as a pullback, you want to understand these candles here. As the market was pulling back here, nothing unusual in any of these candle formations, if you will. However, one of the outstanding things, one of the things that stood out, just like you do each and every day, one of the things that stood out was when the market, when the ES Mini pulled back into that 0.618 area. What it did at the time frame is 3 in the morning on September the 26th is it pulled back to the 11:15 area, and when it pulled back there, folks, guess what kind of candle it formed? That's right, it formed a hammer candle. Now, that, if you were just trading this on the 30-minute, you would want to make sure that if the market pulls back today, that doesn't get busted, because when hammers get busted, folks, okay, yeah, you got to go out and get a new tool for sure, but when hammers get busted, what happens is when you get a close below it, there's lower prices coming at you, and then you won't know how low until you see some other signal that's out there. Now, in this case here, this shows the ES Mini moving up to the 11:57 area. That would be the completion on a 30-minute chart of an A to B equals C to D. What you also have up there, well, no, let me see what we also have up there. Let me get rid of this one thing up here. Let me get rid of these retracement levels here. Give me 1 second. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci retracement levels here, and let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit and see what else we have. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a retracement going back to really what I'll call the most important, not most important, but the next really where we saw a change of trend, and that was really at around 11:30 on September 20th when we had the ES Mini trading at the 12:14 area. And if I go ahead and I pull that all the way back down to where we started, you'll see is a 0.382 is at 11:44.97. We're trading at 11:38. Underneath that, remember we were talking about that A to B equals C to D. Well, the 618 area, the next retracement area of that move would take it up to 11:71. If we go back and we take a look at I'm going to put the my A to B tool up on the screen here real quickly. And I tell you what, we're just about to go to break. When we come back, I'll complete this for you, or give me a call, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks, something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Now, before we went to break, I want to just go ahead and finish up this ES Mini 30-minute chart that we were looking at here. And the ES Mini shows a nice Gartley sell pattern that would work somewhere right around the 1171 area, 1173, 1168. And what we have there is you'd have a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals C to D. Now, we'll see how this unfolds here, you know, in the trading over the course of the next, a couple of hours or so. But to me, you know, that looks like if I were trading the ES Mini, folks, that would be the area where I would look to consider putting on a short-term, where I'd be looking for a pullback. Now, when I say it's important to also take a look at what's going on the larger term scale and the smaller term. So it's good to look at, if you're trading this, it's good to look at what's going on in the daily pattern, what's going on the 10-minute chart pattern, because you want to take a look at those candles as you're moving into those areas where you would be putting on a trade. So let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Bob in Colorado. Good. Oh, we lost Bob. Oh, Bob had a question about Gartley, so you know, if he calls back in, we'll find out what that is. And again, if we go take a look at the markets, you've got the Dow's now up 93. And the S&P's up 7. The small caps up only 2 now. So let's go take a look at the markets. Let's go take a look at our ETF indexes out here. In fact, let's first pull up the 10-minute charts. The market's been open for 14 minutes now. Let's just see if there's anything that sticks out volume-wise at us. And so the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and pull up is, let's go ahead and pull up the diamonds. Let's pull up the Dow diamonds. And we opened in the first 10 minutes. We opened up with 300,000 shares trading place. The second 10 minutes, 192,000, and right now we're into it only 4. Is that right? I'm looking at a 5-minute chart. Of course, those bars didn't make sense to me. Let's go ahead and change this over to a 10-minute chart here real quickly. And so on the 10-minute chart, we opened up, and decent volume. You had 492 million shares. Now, what you can notice here is that what it's doing, it's really going against the top of it. And just looking at the 10-minute chart right here, it's going against the top of its gap down, if you will, during the day from the September 22nd time frame. And the high there was 108.40. We're trading at 108.58. You know, what this looks like is, if we take a look at where this wants to go next, it wants to at least get up to and close this gap. Gap, folks, is really where the market gaps up or gaps down. When you take a look at, in fact, if you're looking at my screen, it's really this white area here. And in Japanese candlestick charting, we call those open windows, and what happens in the marketplace, just like you at your home, you like to close those windows at some point in time, and that's really what the market does here. And, I know that Bob was calling about Gartley's, and so one thing I want to go ahead and push out there, let you know, is that on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 6:30, Tom is going to be featuring he's got a Gartley class that's coming up. You can see that underneath breaking news. And, if you're looking to understand more about the Gartley, and I think he's doing butterfly patterns as well, but certainly the Gartley patterns, it's a great investment of your time. And, the whole thing is, folks, is that you really do need to spend time investing in yourself. It doesn't matter whether it's this market, whether it's the markets that you trade, or whether it's something else that you like to do. You really have to take the time to invest in yourself. When you do that, you'll get amazing rewards. And the reward level that we want you to be getting are the rewards that the universe gives you when you play at an outstanding level. Now, let's go take a look at the other ETFs that are out there. Let's take a look at the SPYs. So on the SPYs here, you can see when we open up again, I guess this is just the 5-minute charts that are on my screen right now. And so in the first 5 minutes we opened up, you had, volume was really nothing significant. You did 4.9 million shares. The second 5 minutes, 4.2, then 4 million, then 1.8, and we've got 4 more minutes to go in this next session right here. But we've got, the markets are moving higher. I expect we're going to see the markets move higher here. We took a look at what was going on overseas in the DAX. In fact, what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and pull up the NYSE, because I know we've got listeners, and we did close below on the weekly chart on the NYSE. We did close below that hammer candle, that price that I was sending out, that, if you will, that warning signal that if all your funds, and I know 70% of the folks out there have got their funds that are mostly being managed by somebody else in their retirement accounts and their 401k accounts, and your real only options there, folks, are likely to go to cash or stay fully invested. And as I mentioned to you, that if we had a close below 68.2713, what that was signaling to us is there were a lot lower prices coming in the future. And how I base that decision is by studying these hammer candles and studying them on the same chart to see what type of pattern prevailed. And the last time we had that, folks, was back in September 19th, 2008, where we had a hammer candle. The week after that, it closed, or not the week after that, but 2 weeks later, it closed below that, and we had our cascade down into our lows of March here. Now, what you'll need to see this week, not to negate it, okay, because we've had a close below there. The market is going down there, so the warning signal has absolutely been sounded to you. Can the market close up above that this week? Absolutely. But, the signal has been given to you. So if you haven't made your calls yet to find out what it is that you need to do in order to protect your assets, in order to be able to go to cash, please do that. Please do that. If you've got the opportunity to move some of those funds into a self-directed plan, go check out your in-service distribution options in that plan, and then you can learn to trade with us, and we can learn the money management game. In fact, this coming Saturday, Tom and I are doing a wealth mastery, money mastery session from 8:30 to 11:30. It's at the It's at the Hyatt in Tampa. It's right not too far outside the airport, on the water. Great place. Be a lot of energy there. I spent most of the weekend preparing the presentation for it. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. Love to see you there. Please join us. Be an absolute great use of your time. It's absolutely free. It's our gift to you. And, we'd love to see you there. But again, on this NYSE, on the weekly chart, we close below that hammer. If we go take a look at the daily chart on the NYSE, let's take a look at this. There was another hammer that was formed out there. This one was from the September 12th time frame. We've closed below that. So all the signals, folks, have been given to you. That doesn't mean that the market doesn't bounce from here. That doesn't mean that there aren't ways to play that and benefit from it, because there absolutely are. That's why you can utilize services like myself, Tom's, Basil's, David's, Ken Shreve's. Anyways, we'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6640.
If you're in the market for a jumbo preferred non-conforming loan anywhere from $417,000 all the way up to $3 million, and you have a FICO of at least 720, then EverBank is your answer. As a direct lender with processing, underwriting, and funding all under one roof, EverBank can offer the most competitive rates, greater efficiency, and shorter closing times. Now is the time to act. Everbank offers fixed terms of 10 and 15 years, as well as adjustable terms of 5, 7, and 10 years, including interest-only options on primary residences. For more information, call Everbank today at 877-471-5970 to talk with a member of their concierge team that will walk you through the variety of loans they offer. That's 877-471-5970, and let them know you heard this offer on TFNN. Everbank, 877-471-5970, 877-471-5970. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 84, the S&P's up 4, the composite down 4, and the small caps up 2. And thanks so much for joining us. And stay tuned, because after the show, you've got Tom and myself, and then you've got the Money Master Show. Then after that, Basil Chapman and Larry Pesavento, David White, and Tom will take us home from 4 to 6. And a lot of activity. There's going to be a lot of volatility. Of course, that's nothing new, but a lot of volatility. You know, yesterday we had, we take a look at the way that the planets are aligned, and just to use that maybe as a timing tool to understand what's happening here, because there's no question. I've shared with you a lunar trading strategy. Maybe you've kept up on that by marking your charts with new moons, full moons, when the moon is closest and furthest from us. You know, the information is available to you, or you can subscribe to my newsletter services. I do the work for you. And, you know, yesterday we had 15 aspects that were occurring. Today, 15 aspects that are occurring. Tomorrow, 16 aspects. So you've got and a new moon as well. Then you've got the moon when it's going to be closest to us at perigee the following day. You've got the Sel on Rosh Hashanah, Bayan Yom Kippur taking place after that as well. So a lot of activity. In fact, I went back and took a look at to see if we ever had a 15-15-16 back-to-back-to-back, if you will. And I went back to 1900, didn't find one. I didn't get a chance to go back into the 1800s. So it's going to be a interesting next couple of days for sure. We're talking about the hammer candles, and I've got a weekly chart of U.S. steel. And the reason why I want you to understand this, so, you know, it's got the hammer candle similar to the NYSE, if you will, right over here, the week of September the 19th. You know, and if you understood those hammer candles, and you understood when you get a close below that, you know, what would you do? This would be helpful to you, right? If you also understood that you had a hammer candle and that should act as good support, you would also understand that you would have a good opportunity for reward to risk trade. Well, if we come in a little bit closer, we'll take a look at U.S. Steel, and we'll take a look at the hammer candle that it formed as the market was moving down into October 29th, the week of October 29th. You had a low of 39.78, a high of 42.80. You closed at the 42.72 area, so you had a nice hammer right there, okay? And what does the market do? You know, the market moves up, and it moves up really to an area that would be logical where you would expect it to, and that area is where you would test the swing point. And so the swing point that it was testing, folks, was the week of April the 9th. April the 9th, you had 88 million shares. When you came up into that swing point, you had 49 million shares. You know that if you come into a swing point on lighter volume, you reject it, it tells you that the work is done going to the top and it's going to move down. Well, what does U.S. Steel do? U.S. Steel moves down for a few weeks, moves down into week March 11th. It sets up another hammer candle. And when you get a close below that, folks, what happens? You close below that here the week of April the 15th, 2011. And, you know, the following week, you kind of move back up, test it again. And U.S. Steel moves all the way down. It's trading right now at 22.12. You know, how would you have liked to have understood the power of these hammer candles and how you could apply it to your trading? You got to make it an absolute must, folks. You just simply have to do it. Let me see if I can find one more here real quickly. Let's go ahead and let's pull up Marathon Oil. MRO is the ticker symbol on that. If you go take a look at a weekly chart, September 12th, 2008, you can see once it closed below that, folks, and that day the high of it was at that week was 28.05, and when you busted through that, it came down to the 12.18 area. So you really want to understand these. So I want you to stay tuned because coming up next, you've got Tom and myself for the Money Masters. And, you know, thanks so much for joining me, folks. I really want you to make sure that today you live at an outstanding level. I want you to stand out, folks. Why? Because you've got an amazing power, folks. That power is so strong it will bring about miraculous outcomes. Folks, it will turn you into outstanding anything that you want in life. So, folks, we'll be right back. Thanks for joining me. We'll be right back.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.